Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink, and welcome back to the Dragon Quest Swords livestream playthrough. If you haven't noticed already, I'm on the right side of the screen instead of the left side of the screen. I was not intending on actually live streaming being on the left side of the screen last time, but strangely I didn't even notice that there was a problem until after the stream had concluded, so yeah, obviously I wasn't paying very much attention, I don't know. Anyway, there are a few things that I wanted to address before we got started here. I did a few things off camera, but I'm going to use this as a bit of an update video as well. First and foremost, I think last night or this morning, something like that, I hit 150 subscribers, so that's a new milestone of sorts, another multiple of 50, I suppose. Once again, to many people, 150 subscribers might not sound like a lot. In fact, it probably sounds like a disturbingly insignificant number, but how I think of it is there are 150 people who have seen my content, decided that it was good enough to actually hit that subscribe button. So I do thank you all for actually feeling that way about my content, I suppose. But anyway, the other stuff that is more channel related I'll probably talk about as I continue to play, but what I want to address first is indeed related to the game. I did a few things off camera. What I did was I leveled up quite a little bit. You can see that I'm now level 61. I can't remember what level I was when I was last recording. It seems like that's a bit of a theme. I can never remember what my last level was, but I think it was around 52, 53, something like that. I'm now level 61. So the reason why I did that, obviously, is so that I could have more health. You guys did not actually see me do anything with the liquid metal armor. I did purchase that at the end of the last recording, but again, I never actually went up against an enemy with this armor. It does make a big difference because not only does it have 105 physical defense, it also reduces the physical damage by a percentage, which is 30%. So it's not just a matter of comparing these defense numbers. There is also the fact that it reduces physical damage by 30%, although the auroral armor does decrease the elemental defense. Sorry, the elemental damage. It doesn't decrease the elemental defense. That would be kind of not helpful at all. As you can see here, I also have the hero's shield. This is a shield that I forgot to pick up when I was going through the Deathbringer's Citadel, and I just went back through the Deathbringer's Citadel, grabbed the lucky bag for this item, and returned to town. So I didn't actually have to go through the entirety of the Deathbringer's Citadel to acquire this, but I did end up going about 2/3 of the way through, I suppose. Or it kind of felt like that anyway. Maybe halfway through, who knows. Point is, I did go through a reasonable length of the Deathbringer Citadel to get this shield, and I do believe that it makes a big difference to the gameplay. Something about the design of this shield is a lot more... It's easier to handle everything, I think you'll find, as compared to this shield. This shield, it seems a bit harder to block things accurately. The actual design of the shield makes it easier to do that, so yeah, it's also more durable as well. You can see it's 8 points versus 6. A 2-point difference in durability means a lot when it comes to the shields. Because it's only 2 points more, it seems like it's an insignificant increase, but keep in mind, like, then again, how much durability does the Platinum Shield have? Maybe it has 10. Maybe the Platinum Shield has 10 durability. So we'll say that there's a range between 1 and 10. So therefore, a small increase does mean a lot, because you're not looking at big numbers here overall. So yeah, Hero's Shield. I do have the Dragovian King's Sword here, but I'm going to say that off camera I did take on Durgib. I think I fought him 4 times. Twice I kind of failed. I might have even fought him 5 times, but I can only remember doing it 4 times. But the point is that I did end up getting 2 noble metals on my last 2 confrontations because I managed to S-rank him both times. And I think my highest score was 17,000. It was either 15,000 or 17,000. I can't remember right now. Anyway, I'm going to go and get my chats up because I have been neglecting to pull them up. But lately I've not actually been getting much viewership while live when recording Dragon Quest Swords, so it's not really a high priority for me to have the chats up at this point. But of course, if someone does end up talking, it would be a little bit of a shame if I were not responding to them in any way. But yeah, just give me a moment to have that ready. I did a lot of what I did off camera for the simple reason that I did not want to subject you guys to too much monotony. That's pretty much the reason why I do anything off camera here. It's not because it's more difficult to do it on camera, it's just it's more time consuming to do it on camera. And for example, I was not going to get the hero shield on camera with you guys. Just no chance of that, because I already subjected you guys to whatever I had to do to get the Dragovian Kingsword. So yeah. Anyway, so he did take on Gib, and I will probably take him on again once I have my next weapon upgrade. But what we're going to do just to start off with here is fight King Latem. And maybe before I do that, I'll show you what I have here. I have 2 noble metals. This is a type of item, and I don't really know what these 2 are. Lava lump and what? What else am I missing here? Monster Bone, that's right. So Lava Lump and Monster Bone. You only get as many slots as you can possibly have items in the game, so that's kind of how that works. But yeah, Noble Metals, that's what we have at the moment. That's what we were trying to grab before to get that weapon upgrade, but of course I was far too underleveled and dealing far too little damage to actually be able to take on Gib in such a way that I'd be able to actually get a S rank. I think the first attempt, okay, I think I technically did 6 attempts with Gib. One of them was a few days ago. Most of what I'm talking about was stuff that I did last night. I did play this game for about 2 hours last night and got most of this done in that time. But when I fought Gib a few days ago, I think I was around level 55, I got completely destroyed in the sense that I could only barely kill him, and I had wiped all my items out. It was really, really close, and of course I got a C rank at the end just because of time, because of poor accuracy, because of all sorts of things. But I have worked out a good technique for fighting him as well that helps. It has to do with the timing of using your companion's magic against him, and by that I mean offensive magic more specifically. But anyway, we'll do a round of King Latem. And yeah, we'll get things done here. I don't know how many more live streams we're going to be doing here, probably 2. I will be aiming to get the Metal King Sword in this recording, that's definitely going to happen. Oh, he's... Sorry for the loud birds outside, by the way. Maybe you don't actually get bothered by that. The birds have a tendency to bother me. Oh, come on, how did I miss that? I'm not, like, aiming for the best possible score, by the way, I'm just aiming for a completion. But, yeah, it's funny, people don't seem to be bothered by the birds. I'm always bothered by them, but other people are like, no, I'm cool with your birds, it's fine. I guess to them it's like, it's nature, but to me it's a fucking disturbance, so... I don't sound very in tune with nature, do I? You can see my new top score. You guys didn't see this. I think my previous top score was 26,000, something like that, when I was last recording. Well, I got an even better score without the Metal King Sword, which was 28,000, which is pretty damn good. I'm almost positive that I didn't get that on camera, but maybe I did. Maybe I just don't remember, and I'm an idiot. But anyway, I'm going to save to this log, because we did just top up our experience to get us to level 62. So, you know, all of these levels do help. So I will grab them whenever I can. We were kind of close, so I thought we'd just do 1 King Latem to get us started here. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use those 2 noble metals that we got off camera, much to your benefit, I will add, because it's not that fun watching me constantly fight the same enemy over and over again, I have to tell you. But, yeah, now that we have those 2 noble metals, we can upgrade our sword. Well, not necessarily upgrade our current sword, that's not really what I meant. We have an item called an Orichalcum Stick, which we picked up from one of those bosses that we fought. I can't remember who it was now. It wasn't Clank and Nalk, was it? It was either Clank and Nalk or... Shit, well, maybe it was the Rusted Sword that I got from them. I can't remember now, but the point is, we did pick up the Orichalcum Stick from one of those bosses. That's what we're going to be upgrading. We're going to take that to the Dragon Warrior's Sword. So between Dragovian King's Sword and Dragon Warrior's Sword, I tend to get a little bit mixed up as far as what their names are, and I just sort of give up. Why do you have so much gold, Doomlink? Well, I sold, I believe it was 30, I can't remember if it was 30 or 40 gold bars but I sold around that many gold bars, and I also sold 25 orichalcum. Your gold gets a huge boost very quickly when you're selling that much of that material. So yeah, of course it was very easy to get that stuff because I was fighting King Latem a number of times and getting X ranks most of the time. So yeah, collecting those materials was not a problem at all. There we go, job's a good one. Alrighty, so the weapon that we have right now, the Masterstroke, is called Dragonlord's Doom, but this is the strongest weapon in the game, apart from the Deathbringer's Sword, which you can't actually get in this mode. That's something that you get in Payback mode. So apart from the Deathbringer's Sword and the Deathbringer's Shade, which I believe is the upgraded form of... Or is it... No, I don't know, I can't remember it now, but anyway... The Deathbringer's Sword is the only sword that's stronger than this. It's 136 damage, and we can pretty much use this to complete the rest of the game. Now, I will mention that I did notice in many previous playthroughs ago, and Let's Plays as well, starting with my 2015 Let's Play, I was playing the game with this knowledge. But I worked out that the Absolute Zero Masterstroke, which is the Masterstroke you get with the Zenithian Sword, that's basically the ice equivalent to the Dragovian King's Sword. Pretty much every single time I've played this game, I've gone the ice path. That's why I didn't go with the ice path this time. Even though it's not as good of a path to go on in terms of damage output, I went with fire, because I wanted to just do something different. That's why I ended up with the Wrath of Helios and the Dragovian King's Sword, which ultimately gives me a weaker Masterstroke as compared to the final Masterstroke of the Ice Path, which is Absolute Zero. What I found out, and I think I'm right about this, Dragonlord's Doom is a Masterstroke that we received with the Dragon Warrior's Sword, but it's not as strong as the Absolute Zero Masterstroke, so I found that the best way to get a lot of damage is to actually use this sword in tandem with the Absolute Zero Masterstroke. That's just what I found. I could be wrong, but I don't think I was going crazy when I was last playing and determining that to be the case. So yeah, that's kind of the situation. Our next goal is to get 5 noble metals to upgrade the rusty old sword, which does 15 damage. We're going to upgrade that to the Metal King's Sword, which will allow us to deal 2 damage per hit against King Latem, as opposed to 1 damage per hit. So we will, in theory, be able to kill King Latem twice as fast. We're going to fight Durgib because I have not done a successful confrontation with him on camera, so we're going to do that. And ideally, we are going to blow our high score completely out of the water, get an X rank, etc, etc. Okay, so we are going to use Bisolka already because the timing that you want here coincides with the animations of the bats behind. The reason why I was failing these Bisolka attacks before is because I was trying to have it so that I was getting some sort of attack window with this guy, right? See, like, I didn't want him shielding, but I thought that it would be timed in that he would attack after a set period of time after having his shield up, right? But no, that's not actually how it works. His attack is purely based on the animations of the bats behind him. So you need to aim to cast Bisolka before those bats can complete their animation. If you can do that, then he will be affected by Bisolka and you can just go and attack him. That's pretty much how it works. And it was only through trial and error that I was able to determine this. It's particularly key later on, when he goes from being up the back, shooting you with ranged attacks, to jumping up to the front here, and making sure that you get that Bisolka casted before he can actually have those bats. Oh, I guess that was me messing up. No idea, mate. But we're going to go and cast Bisolka as soon as possible. Don't know if you noticed, but we started with 50% in our Masterstroke gauge. I don't remember why that's the case. So we've already got him jumping back before we've reached our Masterstroke gauge's full 100%. Usually I would get to 55 hits and then God, I'm not going to try and hit any of this stuff back, I'm sorry. Anyway, we're going to try Dragon Lord's Doom. I think this is the jacking off thing. I've talked about it before, but no, it's not. Looks like we don't have to do any jacking off in this recording. That's really good. I would not want to do that. Now we need to thrust it into the sky. Oh no, we do have to jack off. Okay. Hey. This is really hard, by the way. It's not that I can't jack off, it's just that this game doesn't make any sense. When it comes to the jacking off, I find it very, very difficult to actually get a successful jack off. Okay, we're going to try and actually... Well, that was not ideal, but whatever. We're going to get a better score than we have in the past anyway, so... Whatever works, man, whatever works. As you can see, I really cannot do diagonals. It's because I don't try that hard. I do wrist flicking when I play this game. I'm not like actually swinging my arm around. I have a fucking boom stand in my field of vision. Do you want me to whack that thing? I don't think you do. So the point is my accuracy is generally hampered by the fact that I'm doing like wrist movements. I'm doing this sort of stuff, you know, instead of swinging my arm in a particular direction. If I were to swing my arm in a particular direction, your accuracy is a completely different story. It's like actually going to do what you want it to do. But you see, I'm here to relax, not to swing my arm around like a fucking moron, so you'll have to excuse me for that. I'm not going to use that as a huge excuse for poor accuracy, but like, just putting it out there so you know. It's not that hard to be accurate if you actually play by the game's rules, just I don't really play by the game's rules. Well, calling them rules is not necessarily accurate, it's just the point is, it's more like playing by the Wii's rules. It's easier for the Wii to know what you're trying to do if you do the... I'm getting better with my accuracy with this, by the way. I've pretty much worked out how to block it perfectly. And I truly believe it has to do also with the design of the hero shield. It's just easier to deal with in general. It's really hard to get the timing for that, by the way. I'm just going to put it out there. We're going to get a much better score here, given our clear time. I need to try and like actually do the jack off correctly here. If I can get to... No, couldn't get to 100, sadly. Alright, I'm going to try my best. I'm telling you, they say shake it violently, but like I can't do it in whatever way works for this game. I need to work out some sort of, whatever you call it, technique, yeah. Whatever technique will work best for this game. If you actually shake it as violently as they want you to, in the way that the guy on screen is doing it, I'm telling you, you're going to throw out your fucking shoulder. Between doing the jack off and doing the, here we go. So we need to cast Besolka as soon as possible because these bats are going to fuck with us otherwise. So, anyway, what I was saying was that between doing the jack off and doing the figure of 8, oh my god, you can really throw out your shoulder if you get too into it. So just don't, would be my recommendation. Just relax and just do it, but not really do it. Also, don't actually jack off while playing the game. It will make things a little harder. But I will mention that you can play this game entirely one-handed. If any, I'm actually being serious right now. If any of you people know gamers who only have one arm or one working hand, I would recommend this game to them because you can play it entirely one-handed with no problem at all. So, yeah, if you want to jack off while playing, it is actually more doable in this game than other games. I'm going to put it out there because you've always got one hand free. Anyway, that is it for Der Gib, and that is much, much faster than what it was before. So I'm going to get a pretty good score. You can see that the Dragon Warrior's sword looks pretty damn cool when you're sheathing it. Let's see what we get. 17,000 was my previous best. Can you believe that I was doing better with the Dragovian King's sword than with this thing? That's crazy. I don't know what was going on with me when I guess trial and error is your best teacher, and my last fight, I think it was my last fight, I almost got an X rank with a weapon that is probably a bit too weak for this monster, but yeah, that's good. So we got a noble metal. I'm not going to continue fighting Der Gib. I just wanted to demonstrate the confrontation to you in full because I had yet to actually do that. We're going to move on to Nomegoen, who is going to probably beat the shit out of me, but I'm going to try and survive anyway. One benefit here is that we do have lots of... Can you not? We do have lots of magic water vials now because we have been collecting a lot from the boss with Durgib. The boss with Durgib. We've been collecting a lot of them from the bats that we've been killing using Bisolka while fighting Durgib. So, yeah. I haven't actually needed to use any because while also leveling up Fleurette, she's getting a lot more magic, so I'm actually not having to use as many of these. This may be helpful going up against Nomegoen, but it's going to especially be important when going up against Golden Valgirt. I don't know why I call him Durgib and Nomegoen, and then I call him Golden Valgirt instead of Valgirt Nedlog or whatever. So we're going to fight Nomegoen, and hopefully we will succeed in some way. The ideal scenario is to always have Magna Shield up. It's not an absolute requirement to do that, but it is kind of recommended. That's what I would recommend personally. So, yeah. Just wondering with my mic positioning here. This is one of the first times I've actually had the mic directly in front of my mouth here. I'm pretty sure my plosives are still going out there, so they're not directly in line, so... Alright, good to know. Usually I have the microphone at a bit of an angle, so it's actually not directly in line with my plosives, but I'm pretty sure that's not actually going to be a problem here either. Anyway, what am I doing? Magna Shield, that's what I'm doing. I don't know if I fought this guy on camera. I have fought him on camera before, but I bailed out of the fight because I knew that I was going to fail. Alright, so we failed one of those shields, so therefore we only got 2 opportunities to hit him there. Shitballs. So I'm telling you, I'm actually striking, but I'm pulling up my shield sooner than the game can actually register that I've swung my Wiimote. So it sort of cancels out the strike. It's not actually that ideal, I think you'll find. And then he jumps around, he's such a prick. I really do hate it when... I think that worked out, sort of. The point is, we're going to need to keep on track of our health, because we are going to lose a shitload of health, and I'm pretty much guaranteed to get a shit score with Nomegoen, because my accuracy stat is always really poor, because I have a tendency to miss most of what he launches at me, so... hopefully my guard accuracy will be alright, but I don't know. Hey, I got to 100 with 0.3 of a millisecond to spare. Oh, I started jacking off and it apparently worked. So I'm going to try and find out what to do here. Okay, as it turns out, you do want it to be upright, and you do want it to be going up and down, because I tried to not do that, and it did not work at all. So, yeah. I do not know how violently they want me to jack off with this thing. But it seems that unless I'm throwing out my shoulder, it's not good enough for these people, so great. You see, that's 5 hits if I can shield everything. If I miss only one of Nomegoen's attacks, that's 2 hits that I get. It's a bit fucking brutal if you ask me. You get 5 if you shield everything, 2 if you miss 1. It's like, come on. Anyway. We are not going to have any problems fighting Nomegoen. We are just... Our damage output right now is pretty good. And of course, my score is still going to suck because my accuracy is going to be in the doghouse. Oof. Let all of them hit there. And I don't know how it thrusted. Anyone who plays this game and successfully thrusts every time they try... big kudos to those people, because thrusting is like the biggest random thing in the world for me. Basically 99% of the time I thrust in this game, it's an accident. I rarely find it necessary to try and thrust unless I'm doing a master stroke that requires a thrust. Absolute Zero does a thrust actually. My shield has returned to its normal size, I don't really want that. Gonna have to try and not shield too soon, because that's what's actually messing me up there. No, we're not doing this shit. Bisolka that motherfucker. There we go. That was actually fucking perfect. It wasn't the fact that it dealt a lot of damage, it was the fact that... Oh, you can see that things can get really messy pretty quickly here. This is probably the barrage, is it? Oh shit, I missed the focal point there. As I said, need to be on top of your healing here. Shitballs. This is how you get a really shit score, I'm telling you. I never said that I was a fucking professional, but I think this might be the killing master stroke either way. Yeah. Look, I'm not proud of my performance against Nomegoen, but I can tell you right now, I had zero chance of actually S-ranking Nomegoen with the, Oh, fuck off. Alright, time to throw out my fucking shoulder again. What the fuck is wrong with this? Okay. If you can get it perfectly vertical and go up and down, that's how that works, apparently. The more perfectly vertical you can get it, the better it's gonna work for you. So stupid. Anyway. Okay, this is the point where we do not want to be hitting these back, because we can't kill Nomegoen with his own projectiles being sent back to him. So at this point, it's better if we just try to shield this stuff. Probably still going to get hit from time to time, as you can clearly tell. What can I do, seriously? This is the barrage, and I'm at the point where hitting these back is not going to fucking help anyone. So, again, full heal, huge deal. Because full heal is going to fully heal you, obviously, no matter how much you increase your health. So, it's always going to stay at an MP cost of 8. If you've got 600 health and beyond, because we're only at level 62 out of 99, 8 MP to recover all of that instantly is a big fucking deal, so yeah, it's very helpful. Alright, time to die, you fucking dickhead. That is a nice crotch shot. I'm gonna get you right in the crotch. Yeah! That's exactly what I wanted. Crotch thrust. Between masturbating like multiple times in one fight and crotch thrusting, I think we definitely succeeded right there. That's an A rank, but hey, it's better than a fucking B rank. Is it a B? No, it is an A. Thank God for that. I thought maybe it was 9,000 for an A rank, but it's above 8,000 you get an A, which is good. I don't want any fucking B ranks, thank you. You can pretty clearly see, sorry for bumping the microphone, you can pretty clearly see that even with the Dragon Warrior's Sword, yeah, Dragovian King's Sword, Dragon Warrior's Sword, it's really confusing, but anyway, you can see even with the Dragon Warrior's Sword, which is much stronger than the Dragovian King's Sword, I'm not doing very well against Nomegoen. So, yeah, sucks. But, yeah. As I said, I am going to try and get the whatchamacallit sword in this recording. The, Metal King's Sword. So we do need 5 of these. I would have preferred to have actually S-ranked that, but I'm gonna take what I can get. Let me just have a look and see what I've got going on here. I can probably fill my pockets. Yeah. Alright, cool. So, there's not much that we need to do to actually prepare for this fight. This is going to be a long fight, by the way. It's going to really test all of our endurances. But it's nothing compared to the final boss fight. Nothing at all compared to it, so. Final boss fight for your own pleasure. I would highly, highly recommend you get to level 99. It's just what I would recommend. Valgirt Nedlog appears. I wish I knew where he was flying down from. Like, did he jump? How did he jump? He probably was flying, but still, like, I don't know. I guess Magna Shield is worth it. This is just the shielding side of things. Not even that worked, in case you didn't notice. This is why Magna Shield helps, by the way. Anyway. So, point is, the ice side is purely for shielding, so yeah. We want to try and get the best possible hit chain that we can here. Because pretty much anything less than like a 300 hit chain is dog shit for this fight. Just putting it out there. But we're also going to do this Master Stroke as often as we can, because we don't want this fight to drag on for too long. It does go for a long time if you don't try to get it. Oh, come on. Why don't you just thrust immediately? Alright, we're going to try and keep it exactly vertical. That is really hard. Who the fuck designed that? Someone with a mental disorder, probably. I don't know. Also someone very innocent, most likely, who did not see at all how that would look like someone jerking off. Oh. Alrighty. I wonder if jerking off is supposed to be a more polite way of saying jacking off. Like, how is... Maybe someone called Jack was like, oh, I'm sick of people saying jacking off. Say jerking instead. That's not anyone's name. No one's called Jerk. Well, some people are called Jerk, but that's a bit of a different story. Well, I'm trying to time that right, and it did not work. Did I actually thrust into nothing and lose my hit chain? I think I did. Yeah, I did. Fuck this game sometimes, man. Okay, let's not actually die. That's going to ruin our hit chain. Not our hit chain. Well, it will probably ruin that too, but I meant it'll ruin our Master Stroke gauge. Because Yggdrasil leaves do not keep that intact at all. Oh, that's so garbage. How do I keep losing my... This is really garbage. I'm just going to put it out there because, as I said before, I wasn't joking when I said that anything less than a 300 hit chain is garbage for this fight. I'm trying to get an S rank here, but it seems that I'm dealing a lot of damage, so I might get a good score for time, at the very least. I think we've still got Magna Shield in effect right now, so hopefully... yeah, that worked. Here we go again. Really original, mate. And he's going to do this. You can see that this particular animation is a lot faster than the original Valgirt. It just whips you up in his tail really quickly. Not quite what I'm into, but... whoa. As you can see, without Magna Shield, things are made a little bit worse. So I did make the right call to say, hey, do Magna Shield for this fight. It does help. He's a big dragon and you're a small person, so may as well get a big shield for a big dragon, in that right, mate? Yeah. Probably going to use a replenish shield powder momentarily. There we go. We're going to try and get the best hit chain we can. It's going to be made easier in this portion of the fight. There should be less cases of us doing weird thrusts into the nether. But we'll see how that goes. Nice. I'm going to get my hits in there. And we're going to Dragon Lord Doom. I'm really not impressed with it. Like, I really think that for the... oh, I need to do this business. Shit balls. I really do think that for the final fight, I'm going to have to waste my time. Oh, I'm getting better at jacking off, apparently. I'm also going to throw my shoulder out soon. But anyway, so... I think I might, for the final boss fight, just try and get the Zenithian sword, which is going to be a complete bastard. A complete bastard. But I think it will be worth having the absolute zero Master Stroke over this stupid jacking off Master Stroke. This 3-parter jacking off Master Stroke, which is like not acceptable at all as far as I'm concerned. It's not acceptable because, one, I'm throwing out my shoulder whenever I want to do a fucking Master Stroke, and then second of all, I'm having to spend so much time doing the Master Stroke each time because it's a 3-parter. It's bloody annoying, I'll tell you that much. Alright, we want to hit this stuff back. There we go. We'll get a good time score at the very least. Did I thrust into nothing? Sometimes this... oh my god, like, why was it that had to thrust into nothing? Like, you've got this big fucking dragon in front of you and it didn't even go anywhere. I'm gonna get, like, the worst fucking accuracy score. I'm just gonna put it out there. Guard accuracy is gonna be shit. Accuracy is gonna be shit. Everything's gonna be shit. So I'm not gonna be getting an S rank with this fight, most likely. But we're gonna do our best, anyway. But my best is all I can manage, alright? So... anyway. Oh my... What the fuck? That is really confusing when you do that. Shit. Just as I was going to hit back the next thing, of course, the ice guy comes again. I even got an opportunity to hit him at that point. I performed so poorly, so I was not expecting that. It seems, this is really interesting, so you can't actually get your master stroke gauge up by striking Golden Valgirt, as it turns out. That was really close. I don't know why that was so close to having me get hit. What happens when that succeeds is you pretty much die, I think. It does a shitload of damage. That's all I can tell you. Here we go again. I bet I look like an idiot spinning this around. You can actually see it on camera. I wasn't sure that you could see me spinning it on camera, but that's pretty funny. You can't really see this, though. Whoa! Whoa! God, I'm getting better. No, I seriously think it's completely random. I don't know how this fucking works. I'm not doing much damage, though. But yeah, you can see my master stroke gauge is staying at 0%. So, you can only get your master stroke gauge up by shielding. Oh my Jesus Christ. Alright, so we're going to replenish shield powder. You know, if you couldn't pause the game to do all this stuff, this game would be one of the hardest games ever, for sure. I can't... Yeah, this is the hard part, for sure. Yeah, I would honestly recommend Fleurette. Do not touch Anlas. Because I used to do Anlas for his buff. Buff is very useful. It makes it so that you barely take damage. But seriously? Having full heal is probably better, overall. I would just recommend full heal to that buff. So, that's what I'll say to that. I have to try and work on my accuracy with hitting back those fire things. I call them things because apparently I'm illiterate. Or at the very least unable to speak. Fireballs, that's the word. But yeah, seriously, that's something I need to work on. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, it doesn't matter if the timing's off. Like, see that? That was not ideal timing, but at least I don't let the things just fucking hit me. That's the point. I shouldn't be trying to get the timing right insofar as I allow it to just slam right into me because I do it too late. It's better to do too early. Seriously. So don't do that, me. Oh my Jesus Christ. This boss is a complete nightmare sometimes. A lot of the time, actually. I should just be trying to hit it back as soon as possible now. Also, doing a commentary while I have to focus this much can be a little hard. I do realise my accuracy is very near dog shit. I thrusted into nothing again. Just what I love. Fucking thrusts. I thrusted into nothing again. Oh, and I just died, which is it's actually a problem because what happens is you lose all of that 50%. That's gone now. Really annoying. Oh. Really rough. Alright. You can see that Fleurette actually has around the same health that we do now. It used to be quite different, but... Whoa. Is he getting healed, or are we getting healed? I think we were getting healed there. That's right, you don't want to shoot back those particular strikes, because if those collide with Valgirt, that will actually heal him. So that's how that works. Don't thrust into nothing, please. Just stop that. It's fucking annoying. I'm going to hold off on the magic water until I actually need it. Stop thrusting, you dickhead. I guess I'm referring to myself as a dickhead at this point, but whatever. This is going to be a really dog shit score. I'm just putting it right out there. Right out there in the open. Don't hit me, thank you. We're probably going to be able to get like a regular hit for the final strike at this point. Just die, 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 die. Thank you. Get out of my face, you fucking bastard of a drag. I don't know. My performance there was really poor. Don't think it could have been much worse, but at least we cleared it. Obviously, Durgib is going to be our S-ranking noble metal guy. What did we go? Oh shit. B rank. Wow. Okay. That's a B rank for Golden Valgirt. We even got a Yggdrasil due for that, so whoop-de-fucking-do. Anyway, so yes, my performance was poor. I love how they say, oh hey, with grim inevitability. Anyway, point is like, oh, you actually killed Golden Valgirt. Hey, you can try this boss now. Level 99 is a fucking requirement as far as I'm concerned. It's not actually, but you're gonna feel some serious pain if you're not level 99 for this fucking fight. It's terrible. It's really terrible. Anyway, we're going to kill Durgib 4 times, that's right, because we do have a single noble metal, so we're going to kill him 4 times. It's a little bit repetitive, I agree, but hey, Metal King Sword is going to make getting level 99 much... It's going to make getting to level 99 really easy. I don't know. I kind of lost my sentence there. Point is, we are indeed going to take on Durgib, but first and foremost, I'm going to take care of something. I'll be back in just a moment. I was sent to do the fucking tango, but I realised that wasn't going to work. I can't actually go that low. Like, I don't know if you can see the microphone in relation to me. I'm not going to tango under this thing. That's not going to work. I thought that the chroma key setting that I did was not too crazy, but apparently it's still causing my hand to phase in and out of existence, so I do apologise for that. Anyway, we are going to take on Durgib a few times, so let's go for that. Again, now that I think about it, it might be a good idea to do Unless early on. That's a good point. Maybe you would actually be able to kill Durgib and Nomegoen fairly easily with a weaker sword if you have Unless's buff. But continuing on into the Golden Valgirt and the final boss sort of portion of the game, that's when I would recommend using Fleurette. Because you're going to find more use in her full heal than in Unless's buff. So, and of course Unless has Sizz as well, so that's going to be your offensive magic. Alrighty. So here we go again. I guess we'll try for the best possible score. We'll try and smash that previous score. Because, come on, I got 17,000 with my Drogovian Kingsword. As far as I'm concerned, I can smash that. With this, ideally. We'll see how that goes. I think I know the reason why, actually. Because we were doing less damage with the Drogovian Kingsword, we were getting a higher hit chain. That makes more sense. So obviously the difference in the score, I think I got 16,000 or 15,000 with my previous confrontation using this sword. So I would say the difference in score there would be the difference between having like 50 hits be my max and having 70 be my max, something like that. Because I think my top score before for hits was 70, so yeah, I definitely didn't get 70 last time, so makes sense. I'm going to try and get a good score for time at the very least. I'll mention that time is only counted, it's like in-game time, so us doing master strokes, casting spells, using items, things like that, does not count to time. Whoa! As you can see, like, that level of intensity did not help at all. That's why this master stroke can go fuck itself as far as I'm concerned. It's so dumb. There's a lot of damage though. Whoa, and there goes my score right there. In the toilet, in the toilet. Look, as long as we're getting S ranks, that's all I really care about, because I do need that Metal King Sword, which requires 5 noble metals. So if I do any confrontations here where I do not succeed in getting an S rank, that's going to be a huge waste of my time. So that's kind of the situation there. Whoop. May as well heal. We are going to have a lot of magic to spare. Now that I think about it, we did not even need vials of magic water for that Golden Valgirt confrontation, which is pretty impressive. Shows you that we are really doing well with our magic. And I was casting Magna Shield the whole time. So I was healing myself like crazy and casting Magna Shield, so yeah. Pretty impressive. How the fuck? I don't know, man. Doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you now, I did not do anything different there than I have done in the past. But this time it worked really well and I got to 100. I guess if you get to 100 it means you ejaculate, I don't know. That's my... Oh, no, not the random thrust, fucking asshole. That really pisses me off. I wish I had some sort of option to turn off thrusts, which is ridiculous, but I would like that. See how I casted Bisoka really quickly there? That was because I need to do it before these guys complete their animation. That's the whole way that this works, because if they're doing their animation, it does not matter if I try to play with the timing with his guard versus him standing there openly. That doesn't make a difference. He attacks when the bats attack. So that's how you want to work that. So we'll see if we get a good time score. I don't know. We'll see how that works, but yeah. So we're currently in the... This will be our highest hit chain, 50. Not too bad. I don't know. Is it enough for an X rank? We'll see. Does not look promising at all. No. Fuck. What? Oh no, I didn't get an X rank. You know, it's a bit funny to put it that way. Maybe you get 2 noble medals if you X rank. Don't know. But yeah, definitely it was a case of having like a really good hit chain before, which gave me the 17,000, which I can't do. I'm doing too much damage with this weapon. So yeah, we'll just settle for S ranks, I think. Alright, 3 more. Oh yeah. I said that I wanted to talk about some channel stuff. I completely forgot to do that, and I got a little bit engrossed in the game. I said a number of times that the next live stream playthrough that I would be doing would be of Ocarina of Time. Now, I was planning, as of maybe a month and a half ago, something like that, I was planning to play another game as well. Not at the same time as Ocarina of Time, probably after. And that was going to be the Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. Now there's an interesting story behind my experience with that game, which I will tell in that live stream playthrough. But basically, I was wanting to play that but I kind of expected that I would have already started Ocarina of Time by the time the Steam Summer Sale would come along, and I would have purchased the game. I wasn't going to purchase Kingdoms of Amalur, which, by the way, I will purchase on the PC, and I have purchased it on the PC. I do have it on the PS3. It was given to me by the same guy who I bought this Wii second-hand from. Just a fun fact. Also the same guy that I got into the Soul series back in 2012 sometime. And, yeah, I'll tell that story when I'm actually recording it, but point is, I wanted to play it on the PC, so it would actually mean something. Gaming on console doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Like, any stats that I get on console, they're irrelevant to me. Like, time played, achievements, none of it means anything to me on a console, because it feels like it's just gonna... It does not feel like it's in a place where I can refer to it. And it doesn't feel like it's going to be in a place where it will last forever. It feels a bit different on Steam, you see. Something I can always refer to as like a hub. It's all in the same place, and it feels like it matters. That's why I'm doing it on PC. So, I've already bought it on PC. I bought all the DLC as well, because I may as well do everything. Yeah, as you can see, my performance is not incredible. I'm not really focusing on the game anymore at this point. I'm trying to, talk to you guys. But there's been a bit of a change of plans because I was intending on doing Ocarina of Time before this. I don't know, the reason why I thought of doing Ocarina of Time at all was because I knew that I was never going to do a Let's Play of Ocarina of Time. So I thought, well, what's a good game for me to play? I'd like to play a Zelda game, but I want to Let's Play, like, pretty much all of the Zelda games that I want to play. So I wouldn't want to do, like, a live stream playthrough of them. And then I thought, wait, Ocarina of Time, that's a point. I did technically, well, not even technically, I did Let's Play the game back in 2015, but I did not keep that Let's Play on the channel, because it was not a happy Let's Play at all. I hated that fucking game, and I still hate that game, so I don't know why I wanted to do a live stream playthrough of a game that I fucking hated. I just thought because it was a Zelda game that I was not intending on having a Let's Play done on this channel of, it would be a good candidate for the live stream playthrough series after this game. But because I haven't started it yet, the reason why I haven't started it yet is because I'm still doing this game, I thought, well, hey, how about we do Kingdoms of Amalur instead? So that's what we're going to be doing instead of Ocarina of Time once we finish this live stream playthrough. So I don't know if you guys know anything about the game or care about the game, but it's going to be entertaining for me to record anyway. I'm not going to promise that I'm not going to be complaining about the game constantly. I may very well be doing that. It's not the best game in the world, it's pretty average. It's like the king of average games, but it might be just okay enough to be fun, I think. We'll see. It's really interesting. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning is one of those games where there's a lot going on that could have been really well done and interesting. But I feel like they just didn't manage it. It just ended up being really bland and generic and not exciting. But, anyway, they could have done a lot better with it. What did we get? 14,000. We're getting lower and lower scores at this point. That's alright. Once again, as long as we're S ranking, that is the important part. But yeah, I'm kind of excited to do a live stream playthrough of Kingdoms of Amalur. I did do, like, I think it was a 10-part or so. Maybe it was like a 7 to 10 part Let's Play in 2013 that I did of that game. And it was, yeah, basically me tearing the game a new asshole the whole time. Excuse me. But yeah, like, that was basically that Let's Play. I'm not necessarily going to try and have a repeat of that, but yeah. No, I did not complete the game in 10 parts. That's not what I meant. I only continued that Let's Play for 10 parts before I decided, fuck it. That was how that worked. But yeah, I think that is going to be a better decision than Ocarina of Time, and more than anything else, I last played Ocarina of Time about 4 years ago. 4 to 3 years ago I last played that game. I don't think that's enough time between me having last played that game and now. So I think I should leave a few more years between that point in time and when I play it again for the live stream playthrough series. I think that's how that's going to work. What comes after Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning? I do not know, but it may or may not be Ocarina of Time. I just don't know yet. I'm really not good at hitting back those frickin' ranged attacks. But yeah, seriously, I will take the time to get the Zenithian Sword just for the Absolute Zero Master Stroke for the final boss. I can't deal with this stupid thing for too much longer. It's just really bothersome. And I know some of you guys might say, well, just do a different Master Stroke in the meantime. No, this thing does way more damage than anything else that I have, so it's this or nothing as far as I'm concerned. Come on. Alrighty. Once again, the timing doesn't have to be amazing. I would just prefer to hit them all back. Really. Which is something that I can't really manage. So I think we're doing one more after this one, is that right? Oh. Fix our Diminished Shield. Of course, Diminished Shield is only... If you cast Magna Shield when you have Diminished Shield, all it does is return your shield to normal. It doesn't actually give you a huge shield, which I think is perfectly fine. Makes sense to me. I'm really happy that I've got the shielding down for that attack. Just shows you that trial and error really is a good teacher. Whoop, still missed that. Apparently trial and error has not helped me nail that. It is harder than it looks to get that done. But anyway. Here we go again. My favourite Master Stroke. Then we get to jack off again, which apparently I'm better at now, and I've got no fucking idea why, or how, or what, but... yeah, whatever works, man. If you decide to work now, then that's okay. It's better than you never working, so I'm not going to complain. It's almost 500 damage, that's really good. I think Absolute Zero is better than that. I think Absolute Zero will get you in the 500s every time. I think. Oh shit, I think I missed the timing on that. See? Okay, quickly, as soon as possible. And then also, full heal. Shit, I fucked that up really hard. That was supposed to... I'm still going to get an S rank, but you can see that's a good example of how you can fuck that up. I wasn't watching the bats, and I casted Bisoka too late. That's just how it works sometimes. And this is what kills me. I do not have this down. Not at all. That I cannot manage. Alright, so we're going to be Sulkin now. Now we should be good for the rest of the fight. Don't know what our hit chain's going to be at the end of this, but probably not enough to give us a new high score for the hit chain. A new highest hit chain, however I want to say that. Alrighty. This monster is so stubborn. It's really great to have, like, subtitles for Herg. So, okay. Herg. It's not even what she says, anyway. I guess it's like a localization. Just like... she's going Herg in French. Makes sense, though. They have their own ways of saying things. What's our score today? It's really not the best these days, but once again, still an S rank, so... I think we only need to do one more. I'm just glad that it's not taking too long to get this done. So that's one benefit. And then once we get the Metal King Sword, we will be able to try and get crazy high scores against King Latem, which I think is going to be pretty fun. So let's have a look and see how many noble metals we have. Yes, we only need one more. Then we will have the Metal King Sword. It's very easy to get the Metal King Sword. Outside of the noble metals, I think it's only 10 gold bars. It's like 5 noble metals, 10 gold bars. That's all you need. But having said that, it's kind of difficult to get 5 noble metals, to be honest, so yeah. Oh, really? I was not expecting that to fail. Whatever, man. I wasn't watching the bats. Did he attack before the bats? I think he might have. We have so much magic water now. It's great because we haven't been needing to use any of it, so we're just gathering it. Which is the best case scenario for sure. But yeah, after this live stream playthrough, I don't know how many years it's going to be until I play this game again. Because seriously, yeah, I've played this game enough. Why? Why did you decide to start attacking? His AI is weird, man. That's like surprisingly inconsistent, actually. Anyway, so I've done enough Dragon Quest swords on this channel for now, I think. Because I did 2 Let's Plays and a live stream playthrough. That is enough, as far as I'm concerned. Most people would not play the same game that many times on their channel, but yeah. No, I will. Okay, when I next do a live stream playthrough of this game, and I don't know when that's going to be, probably in like another 4 years at least. That's what I'm going to say to myself. 4 years from now, maybe I'll do another live stream playthrough. When that time comes, that's if my Wii is still working 4 years from now, which I would like to think it will. But I don't know. We're still not sure how long hardware will last from the 2000s. We still don't know. We've got the 90s hardware to go by. It's doing alright, but we don't know if the 2000s hardware will be quite so good at lasting for decades. But regardless, I think it will be alright. And we will probably do a payback mode live stream playthrough at that time. Because why the hell not? Because I guess it will be technically less monotony for you guys, maybe? I don't know. We'd probably be able to do it in like, I guess 2 recordings, something like that. I don't know. I've got no idea. Oh, diminished shield, that is not good. So I think he's going to do the red stuff, yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how my Wii is faring in 4 years from now. But, everything's worked pretty well so far. I've been really lucky with consoles, honestly. Like, a lot of people have had serious problems with consoles, but it's caused me to not trust them in terms of, like, what they've been doing with their consoles. Like, where have you been storing them? I think people have been storing them in cabinets where they do not get enough ventilation, and they just overheat. So in the case of like an Xbox 360, it just red rings, and in the case of other consoles, you've got like the yellow light for the PS3, happened a lot less often, but yeah, you have the yellow light or whatever the hell for the PS3, and I think it was for the Slim as well as the original PS3 that had the yellow light. But point is that for other consoles, it just means less longevity for the console in general. So I would say that that's why I've never had problems with my consoles. It's because I have always had them out in the open where they can actually breathe. I've never put them in cabinets or anything like that. In the case of my consoles right now, they're all lined up on a table. So, yeah. I've got my Wii U, my Switch, my Wii, my 360, well, my PS3, then my 360, and my PS4 used to be sitting there as well. My PS4 used to be sitting there in place of my Switch. It was, needless to say, a much larger item at that time. But yeah, I sold my PS4, had no actual need for it. It's so funny, I had zero interest in buying a PS4 when it first launched. The specs were garbage, like. We were told that they were the next-gen consoles, and the shit that we were looking at for, like, resolutions that games were going to be displayed at was, like, pathetic. And, oh, there you go. There's the death blow, I guess. So, yeah, I was not interested in that, and more than anything else, I was not interested in the games at the time. Like, what fucking game was I going to play on the PS4 back in 2014? No fucking game, I can tell you that much. I was still playing Monster Hunter pretty much exclusively at that time, and yeah, that was the situation. But eventually, Monster Hunter World came, and I thought, well, fuck, I'd better get a PS4. It was rumoured that the game would be coming to PC even before it came out, but it was never confirmed. So I thought, I'll just play it when everyone else is playing it, and I got a PS4 for that reason. And then when it was announced that it would be coming to PC, I did not decide to sell my PS4 then, because I thought, well, I can have both versions, that's okay. But as soon as Double Cross was announced in English, I freaked out. I said, this PS4 can get the fuck out of my house, along with my PS4 copy of Monster Hunter World. It can get the fuck out. I'm selling both of those things, and I'm getting a fucking Switch and playing Double Cross in English. I was so excited, and I have zero regrets. I can tell you that much. That was the best decision in the world. Anyway, and I bought a Switch immediately. Like, the game was still like 2 months away, and I just bought a Switch immediately. I just needed to get that PS4 out of my fucking house, because I was like, no way am I keeping this monstrosity of a waste of money in my fucking home when I can play Double Cross on Switch. I was basically saying, world is irrelevant. That's essentially what I was saying at that point. I still kind of feel that way, but unfortunately I haven't been playing much Generations Ultimate, and I've gone into that, but that actually is a phenomenal segue into what I was going to talk about next. I have come up with the plan to do a new live stream series, not in replacement of anything else. It's just another one that I would do. It's called Hunting with Purpose. It is a live stream series where I essentially, it's almost the Monster Hunter equivalent to the live stream playthrough series that I'm doing here. It's not going to be actually part of the live stream playthrough series because you can't, I mean, it's Monster Hunter, you can continue playing it forever, so it's not really like a playthrough. That's why I call it Hunting with Purpose. It's supposed to be directly compared to the likes of Random Hunts and Live Hunts. Live Hunts is just a live version of Random Hunts, so it's still effectively Random Hunts, just live. Hunting with Purpose means that I'm just going to sit down and actually do stuff in the game, like I'm actually trying to build armor sets, get weapons, doing things like that, and it will be in a live stream format. So that's the idea. Completely different. I thought I needed 5. Well, I ended up wasting my time, didn't I? I was fucking positive that I needed 5, but obviously not. That's really weird. Why did I think that I needed 5? Anyway, yes, a Metal King sword it is, my friend. Now, how that relates, why that was a really good segue is because I was planning on having Generations Ultimate be the game that I would play first and foremost, because that's the game that I've been wanting to play and build up my character in the most in the Monster Hunter series, but I just haven't really been able to do it because I've been having villager request system problems, because it's fucking confusing as to what I need to do. So, yeah. We're going to try and tackle it, and we're going to tackle it live. So, that is pretty much what will be happening there. And it will be quite different to the Random Hunt / Live Hunt series, because there will be more downtime, that's just the nature of it. I'll be trying to get hunts together, I'll be sitting in rooms waiting for people to join, things like that. That's why it needs its own series. That's why it needs to be separate from everything else. Some of you would say, oh, why don't you just do a live stream video and just name it something, like have the name be relevant to the actual thing you're doing. It's like, well, that's more of a live streamer's sort of way of doing things. I'm not a live streamer, I'm a Let's Player who live streams because no one watches his Let's Plays. So, yeah, I'm going to do it my way. Thank you very much. So, what we're going to do is take on King Latem a few times. And, yeah, I'm actually really excited because I've been getting really high scores without the Metal King sword. Our highest score currently is 28,000. So, we can technically get even better than that, which is really exciting. Like, a lot better than that. So, I'm not going to go so far as to say double. Maybe that's not how it's going to work. We'll see. But this is going to be crazy. Oh, I've already fucked it up. This is going to be a good example of... Alright. So that was a really terrible fight. It could have been a lot worse than that. But even when it's terrible, that's going to beat my previous score. You watch. We're going to see how that works. 19. It's not going to be... Oh, that's only barely an X rank. That's really interesting. So the time is not that amazing. So even though my performance was not amazing, the Metal King sword did not pick up the slack. So good to know. It's still guaranteed X rank, basically, just based on the time. So I'm never going to be getting S ranks again, put it that way, but I want to try and get the best possible score on camera here. I reckon we can completely annihilate whatever our current high score is. We're going to aim for 35,000 for now, but I reckon we can do even better than that. If we can do 28,000 with the regular... Fuck. It's not going to be this one, put it that way. I think his AI is trolling me right now, because he knows I've got the Metal King sword. I'd guarantee it. That would be really interesting if his AI changed based on you having the Metal King sword. That's going to be barely an X rank, that one. That was pretty bad. I don't know, I guess I just need to warm up a little bit. Something like that. Ooh! Jesus, that's bad. That's... Whoa. Now, if you would have told me that I was going to get 12,000 with the Metal King sword, I probably would have laughed at you and said, I'm not that bad. Fuck. That's a bit awkward, actually. Alrighty, well... Definitely with King Latem, as I have mentioned in the past, his AI is a little temperamental. Sometimes he can be really, really helpful. Other times he can just troll the shit out of you. Why did I go for that hit? So, his AI there was pretty good. That was alright. But we did miss a hit. I think that's going to beat our higher score, probably. But not as much as I wanted to. Let's see. That's not going to beat it. What's going on? There is a lot less point benefit in the time stat than I thought. Because usually it's 23. I'm getting like 19, 18 seconds. And yet it's not really that much of a boost in points. I was expecting it to be a lot more than that. That's really interesting. Okay. I guess I was really overestimating this. I'm sure that I can smash my previous high score. It's just a matter of actually doing it. So that one's going to be better than before. My top hit is 6. The time was pretty good. So we'll see what that gives us. That's not going to be that great either. 21,000, fucking hell. I'm not at all impressed right now. Also, it's no coincidence that X rank just for everything is like King Latem. Although it's King Latem for S rank as well, but yeah, anyway. Maybe it's not even a silver slime. Regardless. They do it based on the slime, so you've got like... Wait, didn't they have a jellyfish for B rank? I think so. Maybe. I'm just going to keep doing this until I get a really good score. How long have we been live streaming for? 1 hour and 14 minutes. We got a lot done in that time. I'm pretty impressed. Ooh, this is going to be the one. So, it's a double-edged sword. We cannot get as good of a hit chain as we could with a normal sword because we're obviously doing double the damage. So therefore we get half the best possible hit chain. Shit. Look at that. 100% accuracy. Best possible hit chain. We didn't miss any hits. We got 18 seconds. Jesus Christ. I didn't even think about that. So I'm getting less points on the clear time than I thought, because that's 18 seconds. Usually it's around 23, 22. So I thought that that difference would be really huge. But it's not. It seems that the hit chain and the accuracy, I mean the accuracy is a big deal, that's for sure. But getting a really good hit chain. Okay, assuming that it's double, like let's say 14 hits maximum with a regular sword. I'm pretty sure my best was 12. I was getting a lot of fucking points for 12 hits for the longest hit chain. I can't get those points because my sword's too strong. I honestly think that's the best, like around the best score I can get. Give or take a few seconds, or ideally take a few seconds. I've got 15 seconds in my head. I think that's I think 14 or 15 seconds is my best. Okay, if we can get like a really good time on the amount of seconds, that might allow us to beat our high score. I want to get to 30,000. 35,000 was my goal, and I was like, I reckon I could beat 35,000 even. Well, now 30,000 is my goal. I'm sure I can hit 30,000. Just might be a little hard. We'll try. We will indeed try. Messed that up a little bit. I'm not going to get the good time. We'll see what we got here. It's probably going to be 19 seconds, that's my guess. 19 or 20. I've got no idea, to be honest. Let's have a look. 17 seconds, so better than before. What was my score before? Because this is technically better than my last score before. The difference here is that I have 17 seconds. I can't remember my previous score here. Shit. You guys will be able to compare it if you actually care, which you probably don't. But, okay. So that is good to know. I think getting, based on how little of a point increase that was, by getting 1 second faster, I think even if we get like 15 seconds, we're probably not going to get such of a good score that we'd hit 30,000. That's fucking rough, man. That's really fucking rough. That's why I thought we were going to do so well with the Metal King Sword, because I thought that getting such a fast time would be really good for the points, but it's not. It's not at all. Oh, this is going to be good time. Oh, but I fucked it up right there. That's going to end up being a normal time, and I'm also not even at 100% accuracy, so... I'm going to do one more after this. I'm not necessarily trying to drag it on. I am legitimately trying to get to 30,000 with my score. I'm sure I'll manage to do it off camera. Look at that. If you don't get 100% accuracy, you basically fuck yourself. And not getting the best possible hit chain is also garbage, so... yeah. That's kind of how that goes, but I'll probably be able to get it off camera. Next time you see me, I'll probably be able to do that, but... yeah. Now, I'm considering doing a lot of stuff off camera before the next live stream. The next live stream may very well be an Edda Sofix live stream. What that means is that it will be entirely dedicated to the final boss. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Fuck, shit, balls, anus, random bad words. This point, yeah. Well, I said that was going to be my last, but that was so unimpressive that I'm going to do one more. But yeah, it's possible that I will have done so much off camera by the next live stream that I'll be... ooh, fuck! It's really bad. I wasn't wrong about it being unimpressive. rather than unimpressive, that was more like horrendous. So, yeah. Anyway. It's funny, my playback on Twitch is paused to show the Metal King sword. It looks really cool when it's small and not pixelated like on my TV. It's actually a really nice design. Anyway. Let's try this again. Ooh. I'm glad I didn't go for the strike there. That might be our best so far. 16 seconds? 15? 100% accuracy, 7 hits. I think that might be the best I can do, guys. Seriously. What is that? 17 seconds. Can't even hit that. Can't even beat that high score. Son of a bitch. Well, as it turns out, the Metal King sword is only really good for nothing. It's actually not better, which is really weird. Maybe it's easier to be consistent with it. I don't know. But, okay, I guess it's impossible to fail. Unless you really suck if you're using the Metal King sword. Why am I continuing to do it? Do I have an addiction? I don't know. But anyway. I think this will be the last one and then I'm going to end the live stream. I don't necessarily like doing a lot of stuff off camera. I prefer to do it on camera, but at this point, things are going to get really boring. Because all it's going to be is me backtracking for the stuff that I need to make the Zenithian sword. And then also killing this guy over and over and over again until I get to level 99. It takes about an hour and a half from this point, I think, to get to level 99. Yes, an hour and a half of killing King Latam. That's what I did in my previous Let's Play. I'm doing it because it is a requirement to kill Eddar Sulfix. For those who do not know what Eddar Sulfix is, it's this right here. It is a confrontation where you kill the bosses of these 3 mirrors consecutively. One fight. And then you have to fight an ultra strong version of Xiphos after that. So you've done 3 confrontations of these consecutively, and then you have to take on a super strong version of Xiphos. Level 99 is a requirement, my friends. Again, it's not really a requirement, but bloody hell, it's hard if you're not level 99. It's pretty hard even if you're level 99. You don't have too much room for error. So, yeah, not recommended. Actually, I'm going to do one more King Latem so that I can save the game. I don't have an addiction, I swear. I swear. All it is me wanting to save, because I filled my pockets there and I'd have to do it again if I just quit now, so we'll just do this for a quick save. Ooh, shouldn't have gone for that second one. Could have been my best if I didn't go for that hit, like a greedy person. I mean, I say could have been my best because, like, I don't even know what time that would have been, but let's have a look at the time. If it's 16, I will cry. It's 16, that could have been my best. By a margin. But not enough of a margin to beat my highest score, I don't think. It would have been enough to get into the 28,000s, but not enough to get over 700, I don't think. So that's pretty sad. Whatever. So we will save the game. And I do thank you all for watching. Next time you see me, and I don't know when that will be, I was actually going to do that Monster Hunter live stream yesterday. Didn't have the time. I got a bit sidetracked by other things. And by that Monster Hunter live stream, I mean the first part of Hunting with Purpose in Generations Ultimate. I was going to do that yesterday, didn't have the time, and I don't have the time to do it today, because I do plan to have it be a reasonably long live stream, like minimum 2 hours probably. I don't have 2 hours today, so I didn't do that. I instead went and played this game, because I did play it last night, and pretty much got to the point where I could get the Dragon Warrior's sword, and whatever else, so that was good. And I did actually achieve quite a bit in this recording, but the rest of this is going to be off-camera stuff until we fight Eddar Sophic, so I will be doing that. And I do thank you all for watching, and I'll see you when I'm next playing this game. Once again, don't know when that will be because I do have to do a lot of stuff off-camera, but yeah, I'll see you guys whenever that will be happening. I'll catch you all later. My hand is phasing out of existence.